Hello everyone and welcome back to iDay. This is the day that we're all moving into our iPlanner. This is the second video in the series. In this video, we're going to talk about custom tabs. Custom tabs are the 8 tabs that live on top of the planner. The monthly tabs can be customized as well, and we'll talk about that a little bit in this video. But I mostly want to talk about these custom tabs. These are already labeled, but these come in the Mason almost transparent. In the Reese, they're all blue tones, and then in Mia and Hadley, they're an array of color. So you don't have to color them in Reese or Mia or Hadley unless you want to. But in Mason, you definitely want to because the way they look, let me just go to the next page, they're transparent in Mason. And the reason they're like that is that if you don't use these tabs, you don't want them distracting you. And you don't want blank colors up here. So they're transparent so that if you're not using them, they're not distracting you. And you could even make your cover a little bit higher so that it covers them up. But I, for one, have to have my custom tabs, and I've been using the same sections for years and have not changed. I changed the color backgrounds, but I haven't changed the labels in 3 years, I think. It took me about a year and a half to settle into what these tabs were going to be labeled, but I've been pretty consistent year after year to use the same labels. They're just working for me. And that's what you'll find that happens when you start finding your groove in planning. You'll slowly evolve little by little. And when you get to your planner piece place, you find that you do very little changes. And then these small customizations take very little time. And you'll find that you can just decorate a page or move into a new planner or set it up very quickly. All right, so to do this, again, we're going to go to Keynote because I've used iDesign Shapes to color my custom tabs. So here we are. You can see my custom tabs here. I've already colored them, but I'm going to take you right from the beginning. All right, these are the iPlanner tools. It's the #1 original iPlanner tools shapes collection. There are actually 3, and this is the first one that came out when I retired and split up the iDesign Core Kit. All right, so of course you've got the main basic shapes in this collection. You've got your paper clips, you've got your shapes, your tags, your tabs, and you even have some spiral cutouts for your monthly spreads. Now, like I pointed out earlier, there's also the side tabs here. And these can be customized as well. So if you want to change the color of your tabs, you can do that very easily. However, because the iPlanner, when it advances from month to month, if you're in February, these 2 first tabs are flipped. So your text and your tabs have to be flipped every month if you want to customize these side tabs, which can be done very easily. I've done it, and it's very, very easy. But you just have to make sure that you flip them, and it's something that has to be done every month. But I remember when I was paper planning, and it took me way longer to design my month and all the weeks within the month than it takes me to do it digitally. So I don't mind doing stuff like that. However, that's probably the last thing I do if I've got a few minutes left during my design time. All right, so like I said, we're going to be looking at these top custom tabs. We're going to color them and we're going to label them. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap them, copy, and then as usual, I'm going to add a page. And the colors that I actually used to color these are the productivity colors. And the reason that I use that is that's where I got that navy from that I did my cover with. And they all contrast and go together well. So that's why I just continued with the same theme. And so what I'm going to do is these are grouped. So I'm going to double tap the first one And you've got to do these all individually, unfortunately. And I'm going to go to productivity. And I don't want to do the navy one because I already have the navy on the cover and it'll just blend together. So I'm going to go ahead and move to the next color. Tap the next tab, replace. After these videos, if you guys don't have this tap and fill down pat, I'll be very surprised because we're doing, I mean, that's all you do in Keynote using the iDesign shapes. You just tap and fill. It's so easy. However, we're doing 8 of them right now, so it's going to take a few minutes. And those colors just go so pretty together. It's going to look really good with my cover. Once you double tap on one grouped item, you don't have to double tap anymore unless you click away. All you have to do is just keep tapping on the next tab. And as you can see, even though I'm doing 8 of these, it's still going pretty fast. I'm not sure what color I don't have. I think I had to use a duplicate color. And I think one of the colors that I like the most is this gold color. All right, so that's completely done. I'm going to select all, copy, and I'm going to go over to my planner. Now, since we've already made the cover is on the bottom layer. So if I put these tabs onto this page, they're going to be on top of the cover, which I don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lasso my cover, move it out of the way, and I guess I'll just go ahead and delete these. Okay, and now I'm going to press and hold and paste. And naturally I need to resize. And it's always easier to resize, if you're using GoodNotes 5 especially, is if you're in landscape mode. So if you're holding your iPlanner in landscape, it's much easier to resize and place, because this little controller tool that resizes both width and length is down on the bottom corner. So you kind of lose it with the width when you're in portrait. Okay, I think I've got that placement pretty good. All right, so like I said, my cover is going to be underneath the tabs. There, you can see that very clearly. And I don't want that. I want my cover over the tabs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lasso and I'm going to cut. Then I'm going to paste, and now it's on top. And I really want to look at the bottom when I'm placing, because I want the cover lined up with my December tab. I want to be able to see my drop shadow, and that looks good. All right, so now we need some text. For this, I want to go to a page that doesn't have an image on it. Well, I think I'm going to go to the blank page. There we go. And I'm just going to tap text, tap on my board, tap on my page, and I'm going to type YouTube, because that's one of my tabs. And I'm only going to show you how to do this with one tab, because your tabs aren't going to be labeled the same as mine. So this will just give you a starting or jumping off point. All right, and I want to use very basic text. So let me just see what text I'm using in case you want to use the same text. This is Helvetica. I think that's what the default is, and that'll work just fine. And it's black. I can recolor it if I want to. I love having white text, but one of my tabs is so light that I don't think the white will show up. So I think I'm going to have to use the black. So I'll go ahead and lasso it. And I'm going to cut so it's not on this page. I don't want to leave it here. And then I'll just go back to my cover. And I'll paste, and that obviously needs to be resized. And I'll resize and center it. And I'll do that with all of my tabs. So once all your tabs are set up and labeled, what you're going to do, and I think I'll go ahead and move this out of the way again, is you're going to lasso the text and the tabs. You're going to copy. And what I do out of the gate is I label everything other than my monthlies and my weeklies. So all my templates are going to get their tabs. And it's already sized because I already sized it to that first page. So they're going to go on every template page and every custom tab page. And we're just pretending that I have all my tabs labeled. Which I actually do. So I'll continue and put them on all the templates, like I said, because when you copy and paste these templates and relocate them throughout the planner, regardless of where you put them, they'll already have their tabs. The tabs still work even when you make copies and relocate them. So you want these custom tabs labeled. And so I will label every single one of them before I even start to copy them and relocate them. I'm not going to do it here in January and in all the monthly spreads, and I'm not going to do it on my weekly spreads either. The reason that I'm not going to do that is because I might change my mind on my color schemes when I'm decorating my months and my weeks. And when I sit down to plan on Sunday night for the upcoming week, or when I do my big monthly plan, that's when I choose my palette. And so I leave these blank so I don't have to do a lot of deleting and trashing a bunch of things. However, when I get to the customs tag section, which is in the back of the planner, then I label all of those. And if I did decide to change these to me are kind of more permanent. So I rarely change these out once I do my initial planning and moving in. And of course, I'm not doing a perfect job because I'm recording and I'm looking at 3 screens. But I just want you to get a really good idea of how easy it is to set up your planner. And once you have these done, you're good to go. Your weekly and your monthly planning, that's when you get real detailed with your colors and what you want to do. Say it's spring. If it's spring, you might decide you want to use more pastel colors. So that's why I leave my weeks and my months blank as far as the tabs go. Okay, well, this was the second part of setting up your iPlanner. I want to see your tabs, so put your screenshots below to be enrolled for iStore bucks. Until the next video, bye everyone.